I'm Justin Davis, and this is Drone Camps RC. Today we're going to review the Flywoo Xbot3 HD, just the RUNCAM Nano 3 version. I'm going to suggest a 3S450 to 550 battery, and it has a wheelbase of 116mm with little tiny 3-inch props, which are super fast, 2.5mm bottom plate, and super ultra shiny with that platinum finish. The camera is the RUNCAM SPUT Nano 3 on here, TPU and a dipole antenna in the back with plenty of TPU and sidewall protection as well. All the way around, looks nice and well hidden inside the frame. And we have a VTX that's a 625 25 milliwatt to 450 milliwatt on there, so pretty far out. Goku F411 flight controller on here, which is well tested in my shop. We have 13 amp BLHELI ESCS, and I'm going to suggest not running that on 4S. Also TPU RX mount up in the front, which is a vertical, and it has little slots in the front to be able to get to the bind button, which is nice. And you have side-by-side antenna mounts as well. RUNCAM SPUT Nano 3 down on the bottom, which is encased in TPU all the way around, which is nice. And on this side we have our modes button and record start stop button. And 3018 3-inch props. These are super thin and narrow, which are really fast. 1202.5 5800 kV motors with 2 bolts on the bottom holding those motors on. And let's go ahead and put it on the scale, guys. Without the battery, we get 75 grams. With a 3S450, we're looking at 116 grams. And with a 4S battery, just for people that might run it on 4S, 127 grams total takeoff weight. So not bad. Let's go ahead and do the FPV flight test now. First, I'm going to show you that RUNCAM SPUT Nano 3. And I gotta say that this is one of my favorite DVR cameras. It works really well. You don't even have to use the app really to get it going. Start and stop the recording using the record button on the side on the bottom of the quad, which is really nice. Judging from the other alternative out there, the CADX version, there's more app required to using the CADX version. So a lot of times I prefer the RUNCAM Nano SPUT 3, and I honestly think the video looks better than the CADX one. So you know, potato I know, but I really like the way this video looks. Now, one thing I also really like about this quad is the fact that it is flying like a larger 3-inch quad. It's fast, it's nimble, but it has that small enough form factor where I can still kind of get away with some crazy stuff. I can bounce off things, I can choose ultra small gaps. But the 1202.5 motors seem to have plenty of power, and I really like that larger motor size trend that we're having right now with these 3-inch micros. Ultra boosty on the power loops, really tight snap on the yaw axis. Let's go for those trees again. I'm going to show you guys the analog version as well, and then what the RUNCAM SPUT Nano 3 looks like after this recording. I just wanted to zip around and show you the power to weight ratio is really comfortable. Also, it's really ultra cold today, so my battery was tanking pretty quick, but I still was almost able to get 4 minutes out of a 3S450, which is actually pretty good for this particular quad's size. Now, they also do have 2 versions of this quad. They have the RUNCAM, I believe it's a Nano 2 version, or you can get the SPUT 3 version. So you can have an onboard DVR, or save yourself a little bit of money and get the cheaper version without the DVR. The HD version is nice, and that's the one we're running today, which is adding a little bit of extra weight because you have the DVR on the bottom, but it's not a lot of weight. It's really, honestly, to make a difference in how it flies. You won't really feel it on the sticks, per se. But I'm loving how loose this freestyle tune seems to be. And what I noticed right away was that it flies good, it's fast, and I think it's a pretty durable setup with this frame. But it also doesn't have any vibration. As you'll notice, like, there's not hardly any vibe. A little bit of shudder right there as a big power loop coming around that tree. But there's virtually no shudder in this tune, which is great, phenomenal, because this is the stock tune that I'm running from Flywoo, and other micros that I had in recently. I had to put the CLI dump down bottom for you guys so that you guys could download that and make the quad useful, because all the vibes in the quad just destroy the experience for me and everybody else. Pretty nice looking video though, right guys? Really nice. And it's overcast today, which is another point of this review. The fact that right now there is no direct sunshine on the field, and this camera still looks good. And in a lot of ways it looks better than a GoPro in certain conditions. Even my GoPro Hero 7, on days like today, it just looks a little bit dark. And RUNCAM does a good job of making things kind of middle ground, and not a lot of dark and light changes as well. So when I'm going near trees or under things, there's not a huge transition from dark to light, which is great. So now I'm going to put it on the ground. Total fun with that battery. And now we're going to check out some of the analog, what this camera looks like in the goggles. But it'll look a little bit better than this too, guys, because you are just seeing what's recorded in my sky zones. And yep, I'm still using sky zones. And look at my battery level. It's at 11.6, which is super scary because I don't know if it's these motors sagging out my battery, but it's also like 40 degrees today when I was doing this flight test. So all of my batteries that I tested were just kind of sagging immediately because of the cold. And when I first got out here, I believe it was in the 30s. But what's nice about this DVR is if you look up at the top right hand side, you'll see that red blinking light, and you'll notice that I am recording. That lets you know. And it also has an auto save feature, which is nice. So if you forget and you unplug your battery without pushing the button, it will save the file for you. And you can see I'm on channel A1 there, and I have max for my output setting. So right now I'm running like 450 milliwatt, which is awesome. There's a little bit of breakup behind those trees over there. And I've got my BOT3 in the top left. I'm in air mode, which is going to be full acro right now. And my fly minute, that's fly timer number 2, which I use all the time. But isn't it amazing how zippy this little quad is? It's really fast. Really, really fast. So I think for the price for the analog version, it's not a bad price. I believe it's around 130, and then the HD version's around 180 or 189. But what's really cool about it is that it's nimble, it's durable, it has a good tune on it, and it's a lot quieter and smaller format. So if you're looking to fly this one in a space where there might be other people around, or it's a park where there's random people riding or running bikes and things like that, it's not like flying a 5-inch, so you're not going to freak people out. It does move extremely fast though. You wouldn't want to hit somebody with this one. It would hurt. It wouldn't kill anybody, but it would hurt. And I love the way the RUNCAM 3 camera looks. The Split Nano 3 looks great. And they've fixed a lot of the lag issues with this camera as well. Other racers were really turned off by the original Split series because there was a high velocity of lag, and it was almost impossible to do any racing with. You couldn't record your races because there was just too much lag and high latency. And now they've worked out a lot of that, and I'm not sure that I would race with this camera, but I think that someone that had the skills to race probably could use this camera for racing. And I gotta say, if you haven't seen some of the other Flywoo reviews on my channel, you gotta go back and watch some of the other ones. The Xbot3 did pretty well. It has a really awesome coating on the outside of the carbon fiber. It's totally gold. It looks like something from Egypt back in the early Egyptian days, but now come to the future with a really cool looking quad. So it looks like a trophy sitting on the shelf. It's really quite a nice little quad. You can also get, I believe you can get a gold version of this one. Don't quote me with that, but I believe that you can also get larger 5-inch frame versions from the Vampire series. So gold and platinum was available in both the Vampire 2 series. Pretty awesome stuff that Flywoo is doing. So again, I have to say that I'm very happy with all of the stuff that I've been getting from Flywoo, including their most recent release, that Chasers 138, also really awesome. But my final thoughts on the 3-inch version is that I didn't know what to expect, honestly, when I first got this in, and I wasn't sure how it was going to fly. It looked awesome. It had plenty of nice protection here with all the TPU trimmings. It looks good. And it does fly well, thank God. It feels really rigid. Kind of reminds me of an old school design with this top plate mounted camera. It reminds me of the early days of original X frames. And I do like these TPU antennas off the side here, which are nice and flexible. Good range. The 1202 series motors as well is also a new style and trend that's coming out right now with a lot of these 3-inch micros. But overall, I'm happy with it, as well as these straps. I have to tell you guys that they're some of my favorites right now. Even the 5-inch series straps, really nice and durable. Kevlar straps are where it's at. So thanks again for watching my reviews, guys. I'm going to give this one 2 thumbs up. Absolutely, hands down, worth the money. Go grab one and you will enjoy this one. It's fast and fun. Take care, guys. I'll see you on the next one.